One thing about it, we do it live over here, and we are live. What it is, it's your boy Jordan Jackson. This is the Jordan Jackson Show. Y'all know what it is. I'm so excited about the new episode we got today because got that heat coming for y'all, fellas, ladies. Y'all don't want to miss this one. I got the love and intimacy. Got it right on the first time because we was practicing backstage. I had messed it up, but the love and intimacy coach Sherelle Thomas is on my show right now. So y'all make some noise. I ain't got no little pad in there, so I'm just gonna go. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hi.
Oh, really? Off the rip, it's a freeze. She come in and go, hey, and it's stuck. It's paused. Oh my God. The devil is a lie. I don't want y'all to get this information. Don't want us to get this information now. What up, Kel?
Oh, God.
Appreciate you coming in. We're gonna give the people some time to come in. Hopefully, okay, they coming in. Hopefully this episode is not produced by block, as an ice block, as in froze. Every time we try to say something, are you froze again? Oh my God.
I can hear you.
I can hear you and everything. Me? Yeah, I can hear you, but it's oh, okay. It looked like it stopped. I think we might be good.
You can't see.
I know I can see you. I can hear you and everything, but it was freezing. It was freezing at first, but now it's see.
Yeah. Should I connect to my hotspot? Try that.
I mean, I thought we was about to be talking about hotspots and get this good intimacy stuff going for the people, but it was CS. It's just gonna keep. Look at that, boy. Look at the devil. Just don't want us to get this info out, man. This is some bull. Technical difficulties, y'all. Seems like it's working good now.
I'm gonna go from my phone. That was better.
Everybody let me know where y'all checking in from. If you got questions and you want to call in, the number is in the comments. Make sure you like, share, and comment. We trying to have a great show for y'all, but it's looking like the internet is not wanting to internet.
Is it still not working?
No, it's good now.
Oh, okay.
It's good now.
All right, great.
What'd you do?
Nothing. I'm just not gonna move. Be still.
All right, well, go ahead and introduce yourself and let the people know what it is you do and what you are about.
Hi, beautiful people. My name is Sherelle Thomas. I am a certified sex, love, and intimacy coach. I work with powerful, success-driven individuals and couples, and I help them create a more fulfilling and satisfying love life. And I teach them how to do this by helping them build a deeper connection with their partner, as well as by teaching mind-blowing sexual techniques that will leave both them and their partner satisfied yet yearning for more. I'm very passionate about what I do. I just believe if we have more amazing and satisfied sex, more people will be happier. This world will just be a better place. And that's what I'm on a mission to do.
Wow. So how does one get qualified to become a certified love and intimacy person? Like what are the qualifications for that? And are the results like do you have great testimonial through people, or how's that work?
So my journey was a little bit different than what most would be. I kind of felt like I took an interest to sex at a very young age, but not in the sense of perversion, but it was more so I always had this curiosity behind it. In regards to me, I always knew it was part of my life's purpose to be a mom and a wife. So I was thinking that if I mastered sex, then that would be the glue that held my relationship together. And I would meet my high school sweetheart. We would have sex for the first time. I'll have about 6 kids and we'll live happily ever after. That was what I thought. So I started learning about sex from the age of 10. That was when I had my first conversation with my parents about sex. And then As I got older into high school, I just studied it more, and eventually I got married, and my story didn't pan out the way I had intentions on it. So what happened was I ended up coming across a love coach, and at the end of my journey with her helping me learn the tools that I needed in order to have a successful relationship, successful long-term relationship, she then gave me information about becoming certified, and I went through that program, and then she hired me on as a love coach with her. So I worked with her for a couple of years, and then I was like, I need to get back to talking about intimacy. And then I also worked with another coach, Sam Isadora, who she's no longer with us, but I also became certified up under her program. And then I also went through another program as well in terms of all about learning about intimacy. So the technical part started off with love coaching and then the intimacy, but it had always been something that I studied. And when my plan failed, I was like, okay, like it's more to the story than just sex. It's more to having a healthy relationship than just sex. I need to find out the rest of that. So that was my journey.
Okay, now, I think there are many different definitions of the word intimacy. Uh, I'm pretty sure it's going to be different for every woman, but for the men that are going to be watching this, whether they're watching it live or later on, the true definition of intimacy to you and what you would think and what you would teach to other women about intimacy is what exactly?
Intimacy is all about like, oh, I could just feel it on the inside. Like I wish I could feel what I feel when I think about intimacy. But I feel like intimacy is all about sharing the deepest, most vulnerable part of you with someone else, and they're in exchange reciprocating that back to you. But not only that, but also accepting it and embodying it and loving it and appreciating it and adorning it. So that's kind of like my thinking of intimacy. Some people think that it's just physical when you talk about intimacy, but I believe that it starts with a deep connection first and then you build from there. That's what true intimacy is to me. Like whatever parts of you that you can share with yourself, you can also open up and share this with a partner.
So can a relationship sustain and be a great relationship without intimacy? Are there other things? Because you got to have different things for most relationships, or without the intimacy, it can't exist. And I guess you're looking at another type of relationship. Is that like what number is that on most women's lists?
What, the intimacy?
Yeah,
Are you talking about physical intimacy or like
intimacy
emotional?
altogether, because I hear different women talking, saying different things.
So I can't speak for all women, but the approach that I use is I teach people that in order to have a long-term sustaining relationships, there's four different components that relationship. There's four different components that you must have, which is you have to be compatible mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Physically is the part that the component that holds the sex, that kind of physical intimacy. But I also feel like you need the emotional intimacy, the mental intimacy, as well as the spiritual intimacy as well, and that's a part of it being compatible.
Now, mental intimacy. What's an example of mental intimacy?
Mental intimacy, an example of that would kind of be like the way that you view the world, like the way that you process through thoughts, like your thinking. How do you see things? It's one thing to think, like for somebody to be mentally like carefree, like they don't plan for their future. They believe in taking it one day at a time. They believe in like just being careless and carefree. That's not compatible with somebody who is used to planning like
Mm.
all the time. They need to plan every single thing. They're very strategic, very scientific. Think about, like a person who don't believe in science compared to somebody who does believe in science. Like it's it can cause room, it can cause room for a lot of conflict when it come down to it. If you're believing that, I just think about it like me. I can't be with somebody who don't wash their hands. And to me, that's more so like a mental thing because
Mhm.
if they used to going to the bathroom and they think it's a-okay and they gonna be healthy and happy and all of that stuff because they don't wash their hands. Me, on the other hand, I'm freaking out. I don't know what you just did in that bathroom. Like what you touched. Like I need you to cleanse that up. Like that's an example of mental compatibility.
Okay. And so take me through the process if someone is trying to sign up for the class and trying to learn these different, so how does one go about doing that, and what is the process to doing that?
So right now, the only two things that are on my no, three things, I should say that. The three things that I'm currently offering is private coaching, where it's one-on-one. Typically people reach out to me with questions. We have a conversation. If it's something that I can be one and done, like if she like, oh, I keep my teeth keep scraping him when I'm performing oral sex. We hop on the phone, quick 15-minute consultation. I teach you how to do X, Y, and Z. You going on about your business. But then there are some cases where a woman is insecure about riding, where it's like, okay, we need to dive deeper about where does this insecurity come from, and then we, have that consultation. We talk about what it will look like, going forward, and it depends. I've been doing this since 2016, I believe, 17, one of them. And the reason why I say that is because some people can come to me and they be like, "Oh, I have a problem with writing," when in reality, I know the questions to ask to look out for. You're holding on to sexual shame and trauma that you experienced in previous relationships that's causing you. It's not just about a skill set. So then we will go deeper and that would take more time, but that's one way. So reaching out with a question, consultation, also visiting my website, setting up a consultation, different things like that. People find me, I'll say that much. And then that will determine if it goes on to private coaching or not. The other thing that I'm currently offering is the art of embodying your inner goddess. And that's for women. It's a group coaching program. It's a 3-month program, but this is an opportunity for them to learn like the different components and processes that they can use ongoing to cultivate the kind of relationship that they desire. I work with women who've been single for up to 10 years and who are tired of being single. They're ready to enter into a relationship. Even women who've been married for 15, 20 years, but they lost their fire. They lost their identity in the relationship. So within that, let me turn my phone over. Within that group coaching program, we take the different steps over a 3-month period to heal from the past. I step into your identity, step into that femininity, and then also the last part is to become a magnet. Now, the third thing that's offering is digital courses. So it just depends on what the person is looking for. If it's a guy who want to just get better at performing oral sex, I have a course for that. And you just click the link, purchase the course, watch the video, get the information that you need, and go on about your business. You can watch it as many times as you want. But it's a whole bunch of courses. It's writing, fellatio, which is a woman performing oral sex on a man. It's also cunnilingus, the man performing oral sex on a woman. Um, what else is it? The art of stroking and lasting longer, like how to last longer within the bedroom, and learning the different stroke techniques that will bring your partner to orgasm. I got a whole bunch of courses out there, but that's just the gist of it.
Well,
Yeah.
if y'all got questions, the number's in there. Let me do some shout outs because my people done came in. What's up, Kel Universe? What is going on? 20 Dime, Portola 45. I appreciate y'all coming in, man. We have a special treat for you guys. If you guys have relationship questions or intimacy questions, the number is up there. Uh, I was having a conversation with my manager, and a lot of times, and this is just in general for relationships, because I see a lot of relationships failing these days. You see most of the time people want to say, "Oh, it just takes communication, and all you have to do," which is cool, but yelling is communication. It's the right communication
Right.
is what's important, and I just hear a lot of women all the time saying, I've been with him for 7 years. He should know. He should know. I ain't here to teach nobody. But to me, a relationship is about learning. A relationship is about teaching. And a relationship, men and women are totally different. So a lot of times you do have to tell us. And there's a lot of women, not all, but there are a lot of women, I shouldn't have to tell you. Well, you shouldn't have to tell until you do. And it's a thing where anytime a man cares about you, he's going to make the changes that it takes. Now, it's not going to be instantly when somebody's been doing the same thing for 50 years or 47 years, but different things take time, because just like you learned bad behavior, you have to unlearn bad behavior. But if as soon as a person is trying, oh, that's not enough, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. Well, with no encouragement, I shouldn't have to encourage it. Well, listen, do you want to be right or do you want to fix the relationship? And I think a lot of times we just rather be right. You should know this. And it's easy to complain to the next person. It's easy to talk to someone. If you've been in a relationship over 10 years, of course some dude can come and talk to you like, yeah, I would have, and he would do everything that you said that man ain't doing for amount of time before he goes back and possibly it's easy for a dude to spend all the time with you when he ain't grinding or trying to, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of a setup. And a lot of women know better than that, so they're not going to fall for that fool's gold. But it's the easiest person to slide on in and put havoc in your relationship is the dude who ain't doing nothing, who ain't got no ambition, who can talk. How can he talk to you all night? How can he talk to you all night? He should be busy. Huh?
I said if he's not doing anything.
Yeah. So, I know I just said a lot. You can respond to some of that stuff, but it's, to me, it's there has to be work on both sides, not just the steady beating down of one person.
I think okay, so I feel like I'm with you on it. One thing that I live by, I always tell my clients, set your partner up to win. We are not mind readers, not one bit. If you have an issue or there's something that you want, why not tell your partner? You gonna go to this new dude and tell him the things that your partner lacking. You set him up to win. Like, why
Yeah, you gave him the cheat code. You literally, I can't. That's why when you're telling somebody something, I want a man that does this. Well, back in the day, I would become whatever you was looking for.
exactly?
Because
So
you gave me what you want.
that's my first thing is always, always, always set your partner up to win. On the flip side, it's different when you tell your partner 50 different things, 50 different ways trying to get them to move or to take action and they don't. This is where I feel, I feel like a lot. It's a breakdown in communication because it's one thing to say, like, okay, I didn't told him. I get a lot of clients, like guys, and they be like, I've been telling her, like, I want to, I want to have sex, I want to get it in, and she ain't doing it. Yeah, but you have to ask the right questions to figure out why she's not doing it. Just because you come to her and you say, I want to have sex with you, like that doesn't mean that that's the right thing that's going to spark that within. So you got to go deeper. And just like you said in the beginning, it's the right way to communicate. And I also feel with guys that if you got people, period, like if you knew the weight of what you not taking out the garbage meant to her, it might be the motivation to take it out as opposed to her continuously repeating, can you take the garbage out? We get tired of that. I know I do. I don't want to repeat
But
myself 50 different.
I get what you're saying on that. And a lot of times, in the defense of many men across America, it's not that we didn't care about, because that's the first thing a woman goes to. You didn't care. You didn't. And our mind, God made a woman's mind a little bit different than he made ours. You guys can focus on a bunch of windows and close them all out and all. And we focus pretty much on one thing, and it was on our mind for a second, and then we got busy doing all this stuff, and next thing you know, it was there, and then it's like, dang it, I forgot to take out. So I made the mistake. I forgot to take. See, that's why I do stuff on. But instead of going, okay, you made a mistake. Yeah, I understand that you get tired of that. But what about the 150 times that I didn't forget? Does that count for anything? What about and that's what I found with a lot of with a lot of situations of the relationship is when you make a mistake, it's a big deal. But then when your woman makes a mistake, it's you should let that go. And now I've understood how it works in a relationship. You should anything that I do, I should let go. But anything that she does, we're going to keep bringing that up in any opportunity that we can, because it's that double standard that's attached with the emotional with the emotional attachment
Yeah.
to it, instead of, okay, listen, we both care enough for each other that we are going to make some mistakes. We know for a fact that neither one of us is going to hurt each other's feelings on purpose. Neither one of us is going to not do something that would make the other one happy on purpose. We're not things,
In some cases,
huh?
you emphasizing that on purpose, but in some cases, because there's been plenty of times where I've been super petty, okay, and didn't think
Okay,
twice about it.
but I'm talking about in a quote unquote healthy relationship where we know where we know each other, and sometimes we fall short, we make a mistake, and you know that the person is about you just like you are about them, and you have a moment of of upsetness. But just understand, I didn't do it that one time, but I done it 9 other times. The 9 other times don't, and I don't understand why that's such a hard thing. It's just like when a woman is mad at you, she has to teach you a lesson. The lesson has been taught. When a man cares about a woman and he's hurt her and he's done something, that's the lesson. But a woman feels like, I can't let him off too easy. I got to teach him this. I got to teach him. You don't do this to me. And those are memories that you could have had that you took away so that you could prove your point. You're not gonna be doing this to me. But this was a mistake, and we're the longer we together, there's going to be more mistakes. How about we talk it out and still get to have some good days and some good rather than you ain't gonna talk to me and your back turned to me for 2 or 3 days off the one mistake that I made. That wasn't intentional, and you know my character, so you know it wasn't intentional, but you got to teach me a lesson. I feel there's too many times where a lesson is trying to be taught rather than let's talk it out.
That's why I think a lot of it is even that, like what you just shared. What do you do in that? Like I feel like, let me tell you this, free game for the fellas, right? All of that, what you just shared, can make a world of difference with a female. Yeah, she mad. Yeah, sometimes we have knee jerk reactions, but when you break it down to us like that, it but let me also say the key is learning when to do it, because if you're doing it at a point where she's emotionally heightened, it's a totally different message. It don't
Right.
land the same way.
Right.
But we want a man
Good
to
point.
be assertive. Like we want, if you see, okay, perfect example. I'm a runner. The minute something go wrong in a relationship, I'm like, I'm putting on my shoes. Like
Track
that's my
star.
weakness. Like what you say?
I'm a track star. She's a runner. Out of there.
Like, that's my weakness. That's something that I'm aware of. And it's also something that I am working on, trying to figure out, what it is and what is it linked to, helping myself heal through it, getting the help that I need in order to relieve that. However, it's important for my partner to be aware of that as well. And it's also important for my partner to understand that if he see me putting my shoes on, he has full authority to be like, now what you doing? Take
Right.
them shoes off. But no, guys don't do that. Y'all take it personal and y'all think, I don't know what goes on emotionally, like with guys. But one thing that I can say, it was this clip of Terrence Howard and I think it's Taraji. I think it's them two. And he said something to make her mad, and she was scooting her chair over to try to get away from him. He grabbed that chair and pulled her back, and she sat back. Like, okay. And like that's what we want, like understand that this is our weakness. We do get emotional, but you also have the ability and the authority to step up and be assertive. Like, and that's a panty dropper too. If I was to go put my shoes on, like I'm getting mad, he'd be like, "Where you going? Like, come have a seat." Or I don't care, I'm going with you. That's
Right.
a totally different level of emotional maturity as opposed to watching me, man, whatever. And then you shutting down and reacting to it.
Yeah, now we both shut down and nothing's gonna
Yeah,
happen. And here's the thing when it comes to emotion, there's nothing wrong with a man having emotions, but you can't be more emotional than her because we weren't designed like that. So you need to be able to control your emotions. And I really feel like I think even God knew this when he created woman for us because nowhere in that Bible does it say wives love your husbands unconditional. It says men love your woman unconditional because you do have to if you learn the languages and how to deal with the woman because everything, if you know it's coming from emotion, then you can handle it. But
yes,
if you don't know that, then you're gonna take everything personal. But
yes,
on the flip side, a lot of time a woman will take something personal when there's a man is just focused. I don't got time to kind of sit up on the phone or go out 3 times this week. I got deadlines. I got stuff that I got to hit. I got things that I need to do. It don't have anything to do with me not spending time with you, but I'm focused on getting things done that need to get done. And if you're not a super focused person, you can't really understand that. And you shouldn't take it personal, even if I decide I need to take 3 hours and just get my mind right. And you going, oh, so that means you don't want me? No, I'm not saying I don't want you around. I'm saying I need this moment to get my thoughts in my head together so that I can go out here and tackle this world that that is out here waiting on me. But don't take that personal because I'm tackling this world for us.
mhm. But I also think that it's a thin line, like between that. The most important thing though is communication. One of my favorite couples on TV, This Is Us, with
Yeah, I gotta finish that. I got started really, really good
Rand.
into like the third season, and it's such a
Oh, yeah, I binge watched that. It took me a while to catch on too, but Randall and his wife, and like they are very good at depicting how communication should be in that show. And I think that's one of the things that drew me in. Like he was all stressed and he was getting ready to come out. I mean, get ready to go out into the world. And she walked up to him and she was like, "Close your eyes." And he's like, "What? I gotta go." And she's like, "No, close your eyes." And she just started pouring into him in terms of giving him like the words that he need. And that was the strength that he needed to walk out the door and get
yeah, and
whatever it
it
was
goes a long way whether
that
you ask for it or saying because here's the thing that a lot of women don't know about a man that is stressing but trying to be strong for you. There's a lot of things that go through your mind that you can't share and you won't
yeah.
share because you don't want to share that burden with anyone else. You just know stuff has got to get done. And a good kind word or a good kind gesture of you got this, even though and that's what God really wants your mate to be like that, the one that pours into you so that you could, when you feel like you can't make it, that one, and some people need it, some people don't, but it still feels good, right? That's like some women like flowers, some don't, but they still ain't gonna be like, I can't believe he sent me some flower. I don't like no. The thought that you thought about her still, even if she is because some women just, that's not their thing. But they're
Mhm.
still gonna put a little smile on her face, even though she don't like flowers or nothing. But you thought enough about her to get her some, and
Mhm.
that's huge. And because I hear dudes all the time, oh, man, my girl ain't into that. She may not be into it, but she still would appreciate it because that's you appreciating her.
Yeah, yeah. Any act of kindness is not gonna be deflected. Even if you bring me, like, think about kids picking up the weeds out of the ground, coming. It's the thought, like
Yeah.
it's you pausing for a moment, you saw this and you thought about me. Now make sure it's meaningful though. Like don't come bring me. I don't care. Like I'm easy to please. You bring me a rock from outside and be like, look, I saw this. It had a little spark
I
on it.
brought this for you
I'ma
because you my
cherish
rock.
that
So this is
now.
our rock, and this we rock solid.
Exactly. I'ma
I
cherish
named this
that
rock
rock.
Rocky.
But
You know
it's just a matter of like knowing your partner, thinking about them, expressing how you feel. Like that's another thing too.
what she
Is
say?
the kids did a great job this season. So proud of them. Good coaching, Mark. Mm.
Who that?
Them your peeps.
Oh, I thought I forget it. What up, Sharon? The kids did a great job this season. So proud of them. Good cop. Oh, you talking about Coach Mark? Okay. What up, Sharon?
It's so
Appreciate you
silly.
coming on live. I'm tripping. I'm thinking we was on. I thought we was on both because normally that's how it be. So people will be coming in. Y'all call in with your questions, man. I got the number up there. It's
I'll just
pinned.
put it on the thing, on the screen.
I did.
I see Sharon comment. There
No,
you
no, it's pinned. It's pinned in the comments.
go. Yeah, but don't you gotta go to the comments in order to see it? Okay,
Mm-mm.
forget it. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, hey Martin. He said good night.
Oh, you what up, Martin Paul? What up? What up? What up? What up? Appreciate you coming in, man. We got this good. We talking this good stuff. This relationship talk. We talking about the differences between the communications because one thing you got to realize, women and men are talking patterns are different because I haven't met a woman yet that doesn't use always and never, but it doesn't mean literally. You never take me nowhere. What do you mean? I just took you out yesterday. But no, her hair is done and her nails is done today. And so why not just say, hey, babe, I just got my nails and hair done. I want to show these women and the world to see that I'm shining today. I'm feeling good. I'm looking good. And man, like, oh, you want to do that? Cool. But you know what they do? Go home and pout and be like, I don't even know I got this done. You don't never take me no. Instead of just if you feel like making a move, you feel like doing something. What's hard with communicating that instead of going, complaining to your girlfriend, he don't never do this. He don't never, why not sit down and be, you know what? I remember when we used to, okay, well, let me work on that. And then what guess what the negative part? And then you ain't gonna work on it. And if you do work on it, I had to tell you, can we win as men? How can we win as men? Is no matter what we do, it's wrong. If you say if you bring up something and then we do it, it's not the same because I had to tell you. But why can't
Well,
it? Why isn't it the same?
a lot of this is proactive communication. Like proactive communication.
But have you ever done that though? Have
Me?
you ever did the it's not the same? I had to tell you. What
No,
is that
I
about?
left look, I feel like that comes from a place of immaturity. I left that back many, many years ago, probably in my marriage, but I don't communicate like that. I communicate in a matter of let me set you up to win. And then like another thing, okay, you could be like, I'm gonna think of something. Um Coaching client, and he say, I've been telling my girl that I want her to give me better head. And I'm just, oh, can I say that
Mm-mm.
on here or not?
No, I was trying to keep everything. You
Sorry. Okay,
always,
okay.
always
So
keep
coach
going back
the
to
client. He been saying, I want my partner to be more mindful of no, I want her to love me more. I want her to show that she loves me more. Right.
hmm
And then she start doing certain things for him, like making up the bed, cooking dinner, different things like that. And he come back, she still ain't doing it. Well, did you tell her how to love you more? Like, I wholeheartedly believe in setting your partner up to win. Get
and it
you can go to somebody and you be like, I want you to take me out. Like you, the example that you just said. Like I want you to take me out. Then y'all get all dressed up. He take you to Olive Garden, and you be like, I wanted Ruth Chris.
right.
So, avoid that. Be clear and proactively communicate what it is
Yeah,
that
I
you
want you to take me to Hibachi. I want you to take me to
yeah.
where I want to go eat, and then we would do that. But the thing is, even if you tell me to change something, what you got to understand is if you care enough, because the right woman can make any man do anything that she wants him to do, just like the right woman. I mean,
No,
the right
don't say
man. can it, either vice versa. If the person that you want to be with, you're going to change for them to or do your best to change,
Let me
and
ask you this.
that takes.
So
Yeah,
if that's let me ask you this. I know I'm cutting you off, but I'm cutting you off on purpose. I feel like that's not as black and white as you're painting it to be, because think about this. Okay, I'm gonna tell you about a previous relationship that I was in, right? My partner was always on the go. He always worked. As you know, I had health challenges, right? And I had to go through chemotherapy. Realistically, he couldn't be there for me. Like, he would have to give that up. But does that negate the fact that he didn't love me? No. He had to, he was doing this before I came into the picture. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
well, it's still the same thing because no matter what, you still have to make those adjustments, and that was the point that I was getting to. Even if the time is allotted, if let's just say a person was a CEO of a company and he's used to doing everything on his own, he meets a woman who basically is telling him, I need more of your time. Now, as he spends more and more time with you and as things start to evolve, he's making the move. Even if he doesn't say that, this is a concern that you've had, and it's going to take some time to do this, because a lot of time as men, all that talking, it gets old. When you a doer, you just start making stuff. And a lot of time that's a mistake that we make because we don't let y'all in to things that are being done and things that are happening. And so since we know that's going on, you're on the outside looking in. And so you give up before anything can happen. Oh, he's not going to change. This person doesn't really care. So a lot of times we've not allotted enough time for any type of change, because if someone has been doing something to you for amount, or this is just their pattern of how they are, but you took a little while to tell them that this is a concern of yours, and the person is trying to put things in and take the steps that it takes to do this, and then it's not fast enough for you within, you know what I'm saying, you didn't give it enough time for it to happen. Now there are some cases where it's just the fit ain't gonna work. It's just and that's just that. But I'm talking about a relationship that you guys are both committed to, and there needs to be changes. You still have to have time for that change. I feel like a lot of people, they go through therapy, they do all this stuff that it takes to do it, but they're expecting miraculous changes overnight. Even when you put a seed in some dirt, we don't see the roots and all that stuff that's going into the dirt, and it's growing every single day from the water that's been put. And then so many people got to see the leaves be, before the roots. And
So
I'm
help me apply like what you're saying to the scenario that I shared. Me and my
well,
partner
that
in a
scenario,
relationship.
that scenario is it has to be a different thing, because I'm pretty sure the person um probably wanted to and could have made and could have and been able to try to adjust to see what the person can do, but you just don't really know, because there are going to be some scenario like that right there is a tough scenario. If you're talking about stuff you're gonna have to do, that's gonna be either, no, your situation is a life changing situation, it's still life changing on it's not life threatening, but it's still life changing for the other person. So the only thing you can do is come together and try to come and try to meet somewhere in the middle, because that's a time frame thing, but your relationship ain't no time frame on that when two people are trying to make it work.
So okay, I want to ask you. So back, let's keep playing, because that's what I'm saying. It's not as black and white. But if you're telling me that it is, I want to see things from your perspective. So in that scenario that I named, me and my partner together, he busy on the road all the time, can't be there for me after I was diagnosed and told that I had to go through get chemotherapy, so the relationship ended. To me, I didn't look at it as like, oh, I'm not the right one, he wouldn't change for me, or even in a sense of he has to change in order to meet my needs. So can you go further with that? Like, what does that
You would have had, yeah,
mean?
but that's what I'm saying. It's the person would have, it wasn't like you weren't the one for him. I mean, like you weren't the one for him, but his situation, I don't know what the situation was, but like his situation wouldn't what obviously didn't allow for him to
Right.
be able to do that. But if if two people really wanted to be together, nothing could have stopped that, because it would have been now that don't mean the person can't feel the way they feel, because think about there's a lot of relationships that should have been over, that would have been over, but two people wanted they wanted it, so they did what they had to do to keep, because anyone who's been together over 10 years done been through some they done been through some stuff, but they both want to be there or it just wouldn't work. And
Mhm.
it's whose tolerance is higher, and 9 times out of 10 it's the woman's tolerance that that's keeping the relationship together. So even in that same scenario, if the tolerance would have been okay, as mad as I am that this is not going down the way, but I still love this person, and I'm gonna have to figure we gonna figure it out. That's just like a relationship where there's been infidelity, and the woman or the man, they still love each other. The person made a mistake, but they figured it out. They're gonna work through it. And to me, that disgrace and that disloyal and hurt is one of the worst hurts that you can do to anybody. And as a man, the woman, the man always wants you to forgive, but he never can.
Mhm.
Because all that's gonna do is play over and over and over. A woman looks at it like, everything that I've invested, am I going to throw all of this away for infidelity? It's like I was at a Monique show one time, and she was talking about her husband. She's like, we've been together a long time. There's a bunch of stuff I'm gonna leave him for, but him being with somebody else is not gonna be. And I'm just like, what? How are you saying that as a woman? But it's a. I think there's, well, I don't know if there's worse things, but it's just it's the investment of are you willing to, yeah, and I think that's why the questions are brought up, which I've never understood, because if you cheated on me, I don't care if you loved him.
Mhm.
I don't. Because I just feel like you didn't love me enough that you went and you cheated with this person, which I hear women say that all the time. You done called him cheating, and now you want to know if he love her, and you want all the details. Why?
Because we're more emotional. That's the concern that we have. Like, is it
What does it
yeah.
matter if
And
you?
let me say that because that is my deal breaker. So I can't speak to those who be like, oh, well, let me also say this. I used to be that way. I used to be like, like if you just because I understand the science behind sex. So for me, I look at it like, oh, if he ended up doing something with her, like that's how I used to be. But then I also learned to love myself more. And also, if I could have self control, like you can too. And I'm not sharing my D. So anyway, I
Right.
get that aspect. I used to agree with the
But
emotional
the
part.
question
No,
though is what why, but why does that question come up so much? What difference does it make? Because obviously, do you can you love her? If I mean, obviously he don't love you, right?
no, love and sex are two different things. Just because somebody, yeah, is physically intimate with someone doesn't mean that he don't love me.
Oh,
I,
well, see,
I
that's the first I've heard about that, because if you look in comments, and this post probably is gonna go viral, because here's the thing, here's the thing is it's I hear women say all the time, well, he couldn't have loved you if he cheated on you with
no,
the.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, no, you good. If and then I said, like, I'll hear him all the time. Well, girl, I mean, does he love her? Are they gonna be, and it's just like the first thing we want to know is, why would you be that disloyal to do? Why would? And then I think a lot of times as men, you know why? You know you wasn't doing what you were supposed to be doing, and it could happen, but it's just the idea. You're gonna see that over and over your head, and then, but we don't want no details. I don't understand why a woman want details. Like, like I don't want no details because it don't matter anyway. It's a wrap.
Oh,
We done. I
gosh.
can't look at you the same. I don't want you. It's just that simple. It's
Mhm,
over.
mhm,
And ain't no coming back, which is weird to me because the person was with somebody before you. But it's just like
mhm,
it's that psychological block that something that was yours and someone that was yours gave themselves to somebody else, and
mhm,
now you feel like they're tainted.
mhm. I get that. I get it. But like for men, you guys can't get past that because of the ego. For women, I feel like a lot of and the reason why we want to know the details is because we're trying to fill in the blanks. We're trying to figure out what happened. We're trying to see what you did that and compare it to us. Like that's a lot of reason why we want to know the details because we're really trying to decipher, do you really love this person or not? Like,
So if the person says, "Yeah, I I do love her, but I love you too," then what? Because I don't understand why we're asking, "Do you love her?" And if the person says, "Yeah, I love her, but I also love you," where are we at?
I don't even want to go through like that scenario because I'm so
Right.
far into monogamy that I don't want to. And I even feel like it goes a step further than monogamy. I feel like I am aligned to be with a partner who believes in that level of intimacy that I shared when we first got on here. Like, think about it, right? And this is my perspective of it. When you are that intimate with someone physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, you're so vulnerable and delicate, you can't go and share that same level of intimacy with somebody else. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm giving you my all, like, no, everything about me. Like, this is, um, when I had surgery, should I share this? Maybe not. Maybe I should have said a client. This happened to a client before I said that. But when I had surgery, this is I'm just gonna be real. I couldn't use my hands. Like I couldn't lift my arms, I couldn't reach back, and I had surgery on both my breasts. So I had to limit my movement, which meant my partner had to wipe my butt. And
Oh my
the,
God.
the reason why I'm
No wonder
sharing
you was hesitant to share.
the reason why I'm sharing that is because when you have that kind of moment with someone else, I couldn't see myself being that vulnerable where I allowed another man to wipe my butt.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
it's a
Yeah. Yeah.
different, or even him, like, was you just gonna go around wiping ass now? Like,
Right. It's certain things you be like, "Hey, you do know this is forever now, right? You just ain't nobody leaving
oh
nobody
God,
because we done did some stuff that just makes us
let's flip
together
that.
forever."
So anyway, like that's what I mean by that level of intimacy. When you're that vulnerable and share that deeply, it's hard to mimic that with somebody else.
All right, well, little channel station pause. Listen, if you're getting some value out of this conversation and you're enjoying yourself, please don't forget to subscribe, to share, and to comment. Well, we got some good information, and this is why I started the Jordan Jackson Show, because I want to get information to the right people who want the information and try to give you some value. And I hope that somebody learned something, or I was hoping somebody would call in with some questions, but y'all didn't do it today, and that's fine. um and if you need a personal coach in love intimacy coach, then you guys can reach her at
Sherelle E. Thomas, and that's on Instagram. Is CharelleEThomas. You can also find me on YouTube at Sherelle Thomas. Pretty sure Sherelle Thomas as well.
All right, and the numbers up there. If you're trying to get your coaching in, you're trying to get some stuff done. This was a great episode. I feel like a lot of people um should have got some value out of this. And you with what's going on in the world, what advice can you give to the single women and the women that are trying to get that spice back into their relationships and their in their lives, and just women in general, that just want to get better at anything when it comes to love intimacy?
So the first thing and the most important thing is to love yourself and be more self-aware. And it's not this superficial self-love practice that you do every Sunday. Oh, I'm going to the spa, or I'm going to get a massage, or I'm going to get my nails done. No. I mean, really getting intimate with yourself, becoming self-aware. Like, what makes me tick? What am I into? What do you love about yourself? When you think about the essence of who you are to your core, what do you offer to this world? Like, what is your purpose? And I wholeheartedly believe that when women can connect, anybody for that matter, but especially women, when you can connect to that part of you and fill your own cup up and meet your own needs and give yourself the love that you're seeking from other people, one, people are going to mirror that back to you, and whatever they do is overflow because your cup is already full because you're loving yourself. And then two, you will learn to deem yourself as worthy enough of asking for what it is that you want from other people. And not only that, but expecting to receive it, especially if you're giving it to yourself. If I am used to staying at five-star hotels, luxurious hotels, somebody step up to me and they like, let's go stay at the Red Roof Inn, it's gonna be unacceptable because I can do that for myself. Like, why am I not needing getting my needs met if I can meet my own needs? Like, that's putting me in a deficit. And I'm just using that like in general. But anywho,
Gold digger.
your mama. I was just saying.
Also, look, on another sad note, because I forgot about this before we get out of here. R.I.P. Annie Stone. I am so saddened by this loss, gone too soon. I love all the music. I was fortunate enough to meet her in Atlanta on a project that we were doing, and this is that's so that's just sad. It makes you think about life and how important it is to not take anything for granted. We got all these plans about what we're gonna do next week and next, and you got to take every day, day by day. But oh man, you did? Were you into Andy Stone? Did you like her music?
I'm not a huge fan, but yeah, I listened to her music before, I'll say that much, and I'm definitely sending my
I
condolences.
didn't miss you anymore. Man, I love Angie Stone, especially she had one with Anthony Hamilton that I love too. But
Mm.
she's looking like, okay, yeah, I
No,
know.
'cause I was thinking, like, do I know that? Because I love Anthony Hamilton, so I was trying to think that if I knew the song right offhand.
Yeah, they had some hits. It's called Stay for a While. If you get a chance, listen to it. It was really really good. But anywho, thank you for coming on the show. I hope you'll come back. Is really good. I like the flow of that, and we just gotta keep being informative. Got a lot of stuff under the fire, so I'm so grateful that you took the time to come on and share this information. I hope the women got something good from it. I hope the men got something good from it, and get ready for the thirst because it's coming.
My way, don't do that.
Your way.
Don't do that. Look,
It's coming. But hey, it's
let's
yeah,
see.
I was thinking you, but I know even as a woman that's in this field, I know you probably got a million stories to where, here it is, you just trying to do your job, make your money, and the person ain't want no help or nothing, but just was just using that thing to try to get to know you when you could have just been like, okay, well listen,
Oh
I'm
God.
just trying to get to know you. And as I know that's gotta be hard.
It's
Um
extremely hard, and especially because I don't like taking people money. Like, don't waste my time, don't waste your money. Like, but one thing that I had to learn to put in fine print is I put it in my coaching contracts. This is not an opportunity for any kind of personal relationship. if you're interested in sexual interaction or whatever, this is not the place for it. If you make any move at me, I just end the call and you forfeit your money. Like,
Yeah, that's smart. That's a smart clause to put in there because yeah,
yeah,
that'll cut all that out.
yeah. Like,
Unless
don't.
you're just trying to give away some money.
And yeah, because some guy, he came on there with no pants. Like, what do you
What?
think this is? Like, no, now you didn't just wasted $600
What?
and that's on you. Nah, not what I do.
Well, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. This has been another edition of the Jordan Jackson Show. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure that you like, comment, and share and subscribe. Jordan Jackson, gone.